Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do a fun little spread for everyone today for the month of June. We're finally on the monthly readings. Time flies. So happy June to all the Capricorns and the cross watchers. You guys are always welcome. So as always with these messages, they are general. That means that not everything I say is going to resonate with everyone out there. So please use your own discretion, only take away messages for your best and highest good, and you will know what those are intuitively. You never need to force anything I say to fit your circumstance or scenario. That being said, sometimes messages take some time to resonate. You may have something click later on in a week, in a month, whatever, and if it does, fantastic, that means it was your message. And if not, you can just toss it aside. You don't need to take on anything that isn't yours. Ooh, you got poppers already. You got good poppers too. Oh, Capricorn. Other spiels that I need to tell you. Everything you're going to need to know will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, the social media channels, and yeah, other than that, yeah, thanks for joining me. Welcome back to the subscribers, the returners. I appreciate you guys so much, and welcome to the newbies. I'm happy to have you. All right, Capricorn, so yours flew out immediately, which gets me excited that there are messages to be had. So let's start off. Oh, I have to rearrange these. I'm doing a different spread this time, so let me just make sure I have them in order here. Okay. So, starting off the spread, Seven of Pentacles. So this is in the you section, the present, if you will, Capricorn. So this is the card of the of assessment, basically. It's looking at the seeds you have planted and wondering if they're going to grow, what crops they're going to yield symbolically, right? Pentacles, as we know, talks about potentially money, very frequently, tangible earthly things. This is an earth sign card, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I think it is one of your cards, Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not right. It's not one of your cards. This is a Taurus card. And that's really neither here nor there. So I know some people like to know all that. So I try and squeeze it in where I can. But anyway, assessing what the future will bring, essentially, right, Capricorn? Looking at the work you've done, I feel like you frequently get spreads about work. I feel like your work environment is playing a very big situation, or it's a very big component in your life right now. It's affecting relationships, it's affecting your family life, this or that. There's a lot about the work, and that's been a common theme for Capricorn, I want to say, for the last couple months. Which is when I started this channel, so if you haven't already, subscribe. I'm trying to get it up and running here. Let's pull a clarifier on it. It's almost like with this card, Capricorn, I'm sensing that you're doing the work, but I don't know if you're enjoying it. You've probably gotten to the point where there's been some sense of accomplishment. Maybe you've been recognized at work. But I just feel like there's lackluster here, like you were expecting something more to come from it, and it's just kind of like you're just polishing the coins because you have to. So whatever your job is, it's just like, yeah, it's like going through the motions, but it's lacking that satisfaction, that love, that passion of what you do. And the thing is, you are very talented. You have some sort of skill or craft or some sort of tangible talent that would be an asset to a different company. But yeah, I don't know if maybe you're not capitalizing on the skills that you bring to the table, or if maybe there just isn't room for you to grow in your role, or it's being clarified by the Fool, so starting anew. That makes sense. So I would interpret this as, again, as we were talking about that, capitalizing on the skills you have. Sorry, I have a runny nose, guys. I actually have a cold, which is why I look exhausted, so bear with me. But I feel good. Energetically, I wanted to do this for you guys. The skills, the talents that you have that you're bringing to the table, it's like you've reached a point where there's nowhere else to go, so the Fool would indicate a new beginning, a new start, metaphorically jumping off the cliff to try something new and having faith in yourself that you'll land on your feet. So this could be symbolic of bringing your skills and talents to another outlet, right? It could be to another job. It could be a side career, potentially. It could be loaning your services out like as an independent contractor and doing kind of like the side hustle work. I like that little expression. Yeah, but there's a need to at least reassess the assessment, if that makes sense, because that's what this is saying. You're already in the headspace of questioning if this is your true life path or your true, I just like staying power of where you're at currently, I think in your workplace. Now, for some of you, this could be family. Pentacles talk about building tangible things, so the home, you could be, remodeling your home maybe, and maybe, you got the grounds off the plans off the ground, but it's just not coming together the way you had envisioned. So again, you're going through the motions, but there's a need to to start from anew, to go back to the beginning. And yeah, so again, home, work, sometimes Pentacles can talk about our family life, our health. Yeah, I mean, if you're struggling with something health-wise and maybe you've tried some sort of medical regimen or exercise plan and you're just not seeing the results you want, yeah, this is saying start new, start fresh, try something different that you haven't tried before. And with the Fool, there's no baggage that he brings along on his journey, if you will. See how it's very lighthearted and just kind of whimsical and whatever, throwing things at the wall and seeing if they stick. There's no specific, I don't even know if I want to say aim, but ultimately the Fool doesn't really know where he's going. He's just trying it because his heart calls him to go and try it. It's a card of Aries or Aquarius. So Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, the head, right? They're headstrong. They're driven because it's what they're told to do. And same with Aquarius, they're air signs, but also very, very headstrong. And they just have a different way of viewing the world, which is sort of what the Fool is. It's not unsimilar to Hangman, I suppose, in that you're seeing things in a different light. You're, again, just trying the new out. What I was saying about that they don't have a tremendous amount of baggage, they're not worried about trying to incorporate everything from the past, right? It's not like, well, I've already done all this work, so I don't just want to scrap it. That doesn't really exist for the Fool, because the Fool is symbolic of closing out an old cycle and starting anew. So I'm not saying for all of you, ditch the house plans, ditch the main job you have, but this specifically talks about not being worried about anything previously from the past, okay? So then in the past, you have the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment card. What a cool card, right? She's a little like fortune teller. She's a little gypsy. I love that. So Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. Cups being Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, who we wish to build our future with, what we wish to do in our future. But Cups talk about feelings and emotions. So what feels the best? Because this is the way it's depicted here, I see this as there was a focus in the past on your future, if that makes sense. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys there. In the past, a priority for you was maybe mapping out the future of what things would look like. And that would make sense if you're in the process of building it now, the process of building that house that you were dreaming about, I don't know, being at work, trying to sift through the skills and the challenges, the obstacles to get to, ascend higher in the company, however that works for whatever you're doing with work. There was like a dreaming about it. This can be, wish fulfillment, dreaming. It speaks about the future. I mean, the crystal ball metaphor, right? With the future. And I think there's something to do with luck here. But to be honest, Capricorn, I'm almost getting that maybe you reached some sort of obstacle or challenge, or like a test of faith or whatever, because you're viewing this assessment of kind of looking at like not feeling it. You're viewing it as like an unlucky break. I know the term lucky break. You're viewing it as like you caught a streak of bad luck or something. So that's not going to land for everyone, but that's what's coming up here. So your challenge or focus in the month of June, let's hop into the meat and potatoes. You have the Six of Pentacles. So again, more earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sorry. This is another Taurus card. So you may have a Taurus in your life that you're working closely with or looking to build with. It could be a partner, a family member. So Six of Pentacles is the reciprocity card. It's the idea of the work you're putting in, it comes back to you some way in the universe. Now, what's important about the whole reciprocity idea, is that the things you're putting out in the tangible things you're putting out into the world, but particularly in terms of giving around you, there's kind of an understanding with this card that you're enjoying the work at hand, you're doing it because you're able to, and not necessarily seeking I'm just trying to phrase this right because I don't want to confuse anyone. Yes, when we go into work, we want to do the work and receive a paycheck. We're on the same page there, right? What Six of Pentacles talks about is frequently this card depicts somebody giving to the poor, right? This woman who's potentially giving to the poor, woman or man, she's doing it because she can, because it makes her feel good, because she's able to. The tangible money is there for her to give out, and she's not strapped for cash, right? It's not burdening her in any way. She enjoys doing it, and that's that. She doesn't expect, okay, well, I gave you those 6 pentacles last month, so, you know, guy on the street begging for money, what are you going to do for me? So it's reciprocity, but it doesn't exist in that tit-for-tat manner. There's the idea of the goodness that you put out into the world, the efforts you put forth. They will be returned to you, but it has nothing to do with you, I want to say, needing or wanting it back, requiring that there be a tit for tat. So it's a card of generosity, ultimately. You give because you can and because you enjoy it. So that's important here. If you're not enjoying the work anymore, then it would kind of make sense that you're not feeling like you're getting much back from it, because I'm interested to see what clarifies it, because it just feels like your soul, like your passion isn't in it. And I mean, you are an earth sign, Capricorn, so let's just be real, you enjoy the tangible goods. You enjoy the reward, the money, the success from the work you do, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because you are an earth sign, you are a worker bee. You put in the work, you put in the effort. You're not a lazy sign. So it makes sense that when you do put a lot of work in, there is a need for that to come back in some aspect, certainly material goods, that's great, but something about this is, again, it's speaking to like your soul's calling. The fool who doesn't have a lot of hang-ups or baggage, there's a whimsicalness of just jumping off the cliff. I think you want to feel that lighthearted energy in the work you're doing. And with this card, I always notice this woman potentially in the blue dress, she's giving, right? And one receiver seems very thankful in this and that. But then we have this guy, and he's holding something behind his back, right? So if Capricorn, you're metaphorically this blue dress woman, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. To me, the idea of there's something there that you're not aware of, it could be I don't want to say toxic energy. There could be like a bug in the system. If this is at work, someone isn't playing all their cards. Somebody maybe isn't being a team player. Someone's not looking out for the best interest of the group. And so maybe that's why you're feeling that your efforts that you're putting forward, it's not getting you anywhere. And so therefore you're not enjoying the work because you don't feel like it's for nothing. And then, as we were saying with the reciprocity, the universe isn't able to bring you good things because it's almost symbolic of like, the more you enjoy the work, the universe enjoys receiving it and wants to give it back to you. The reciprocity has to do with a greater bubble, if you will. It's not that I give you 50 cents so you give me whatever back with your teammate, with your partner, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a larger like chain reaction, if you will, from the universe. Anyway, getting back to this little shisty guy who has dice or something behind his hand. Maybe he's playing games, right? He or she at work. Again, it could be someone in your family. I'm not really sensing that. This feels very work-driven. But your challenge or focus, I think, it may have to do with figuring out where there isn't good give and take in a team dynamic, particularly if you're working in a group of 3. Or if you and a partner are serving under another supervisor or manager or vendor, or not necessarily vendor, if you're reporting to somebody, a client, I think that's more the term I'm looking for, it feels like somebody isn't on the same page. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles for Capricorn. The Two of Swords. Okay. So an imbalance, this talks about decisions that need to be made. It's very, very different energy. I always look at the dynamics of the color tones and how they interact with the other cards around them. This is very dark. So the decision you're making, it's not like a happy decision. You're very contemplative here, but I mean, literally you're blue, right? There's sadness here. And again, Capricorn, I am sensing that this is you. So in the blue dress, whether male or female, doesn't matter. I am sensing that, I mean, it could be the opposite. You may be the supervisor and you have people reporting into you, and like somebody is like what is the expression? Like the weak link. Someone else is putting in all their efforts. And yeah, someone just might be being a little bit shady. And so maybe the challenge or focus is just kind of uncovering that and kind of putting that issue to bed, like smoothing out the waves if there's trouble in the team dynamic, or, you know, potentially releasing people if you know, they have poor intentions, if they're not helping the team, you know, whatever that is. And yeah, so that could be your decision of maybe the consequences of this person's action, or again, they're not giving, they're hiding something behind their back, whatever that is symbolic of. It's going to be different for everyone. This person who kind of is dressed more like beggar man, beggar woman, doesn't have a lot to show for it. They're still offering what they can. They went out and they picked flowers and they're presenting them to you, Capricorn, right? This other person, he's got his hand out, he's looking to receive, but he has something behind his back that he could give. Okay? I know that that's a little bit vague. I'm not getting much with this, which is very interesting. And maybe that's because, Capricorn, you're not aware of any of this yet. If it's your challenge or focus for June, yeah, there's something about the people you're dealing with. Somebody is not wearing their heart on their sleeve, or somebody is hiding thoughts or ideas, or potentially, I don't know if it's actions they're going to take. They're holding back on what they can give. That's the best I can put it. And I do think you become aware of this information with sword energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a Libra card. It's like you need to keep the balance of the team dynamic in order for this to work, for this to move forward. This could be a family dynamic too. Like, as I said, if you're building a house or you're involved in some, you know, domestic project together and somebody isn't putting all their cards on the table, you know, maybe you're borrowing funds from a family member, and I don't know, it's like there's strings attached. It's like they said, you know, sure, $1,000, I know you need it, take it or whatever, but then it's like they're coming to you the next week like, well, they're holding it over your head, like, well, remember that $1,000 I lent you? And you're like, you said I could use it. Like, there's something about that. Like, if they haven't come out and done something shady, they're thinking about it. And I'm not trying to put fear in anyone's heart. That's not the point of these tarot readings. It's more like when you're forewarned, you're forearmed, right? So just be aware of who you're dealing with, and most important, who you're giving to, Capricorn. Energetically, don't give your energy to someone who's like an energy vampire. We use that term a lot. Who's like a time suck, who's an energy suck, whoever. Yeah, if they can't give back to you, again, it doesn't have to be tit for tat, but symbolically, if you're investing in them, in their project, in their time, in their career, in whatever, there needs to be some sort of give and take. Even if they're not giving back to you, that person needs to be giving to the project. That person needs to be, like, the input and the output need to be balanced, okay? So let's see. The help that is going to be available to you this month is the Two of Cups. So instantly my mind goes to this. There's 3 people here. I'm sensing a team dynamic for a lot of you. If it's not at work, again, it could be family. This could be like a brother and a sister in you, Capricorn. This could be parents. There's like a third wheel and somebody is not being forthright or forthcoming with the information. And that puts you in a tricky situation. Swords, right? They're uncomfortable. You don't want to be stuck with swords, right? And especially if this is a parent dynamic, it's almost like you're monkey in the middle and that you're trying to reciprocity, right? Juggle or balance the two, but there's some sort of decision here that you have to make and it's uncomfortable. This speaks to me, the help available to you this month of June. There's someone on your side here. There's a reliable person, there's a reliable partner, there's a reliable outlet whose cup metaphorically matches yours. Your cup is full to the brim with, symbolically in this emotions, love to give, but same with Pentacles, generosity, reciprocity, you're giving in some way. So whether it's your time, your efforts, your money, or your love, your emotional investment, whatever, there is someone who's your ally, who's on your team, their cup matches yours, so what you give to them, again, metaphorically, not tit for tat, they're going to give something back to you. You meet in the middle and it's balanced. Twos speak about balance. There's someone who is your ally here, but there's also someone who might not be. And that's going to be your challenge or focus. The help available to you is confiding in your ally, whoever that is for you. It might be a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's also coming up with the Ace of Pentacles. So a new beginning, a tangible new beginning, which is what I think you want with the Fool. With the Fool, it does have this kind of dreamer energy. There's something about being in the head space. Remember we were saying Aries is the head, but Aquarius is an air sign. It rules the mind, ideas. You want some sort of new beginning, and this person is going to help usher it in. So it's almost like when you sift through the toxic energy is such a harsh word. There's some expression I'm really trying to get for you. It's like the rat in the cookie jar, the one who's gnawing away at something and it's been a burden to the team dynamic. It's like once you out that person, you're like, you need to stop. You're not helping. It makes room for something else to grow, for something else to come in. And again, there's partnership here with the right person who has your best intentions in mind, Capricorn. But I mean, look at this card. It's beautiful. So if you're looking for a new beginning, a new start in a work project, whether it's career-based or within the family, if there's family dynamics are coming up here pretty strong too. It's going to be a little bit different. But if you're looking for that new beginning, confide in this person who is your ally. And I can already hear some of you like, but how do I know who's my ally and who's my obstacle? Use your intuition, right? There's a lot of moon energy coming up here. The moon is all about channeling that intuition and knowing. And because you're at Seven of Pentacles, whatever it is that you've been working on it for a bit of time. So there's no need to rush in and just, sever the leg that's bleeding, if you will. I know that's gross. Sorry, I don't know why I use that analogy. Feel it out. Make sure you make the right decision. Reciprocity is all about balance, right? So you don't want to completely unlevel the scales by, firing somebody from your team or, exiling them from the family project, whatever that is. Be careful. This is almost saying to me, keep a watchful eye. Don't be so focused on the work, the mundane work, by the way, that you're not really enjoying. It's almost like alerting you, like, wake up, Capricorn. Like, even though this might not be your dream job, there's something important going on here that could potentially lead to a new beginning. You could be released, maybe released from the burden of working with this team member, or the burden of just whatever this is. Maybe you're going to have a chance to break free and start anew, to liberate yourself. Again, new cycles with the Fool, new beginnings with the Ace of Pentacles, a seed that could grow into a oak tree, right? The idea of family legacy is very, very prominent here, rather. But what do you need for a seed to grow? It needs sunlight and it needs water. Symbolically, water is in these cups, but it has to do with love, nurturing the seed, growing it because it's a labor of love. So this endeavor that you're not enjoying, that, you're going through the motions, something better is coming in for you. It's going to be the help available to you this month. So it could be recognizing the potential of this seed, whatever this seed is for you, Capricorn, nurturing it, providing it with love, again, confiding in the help available to you, that person, that ally, the person that you trust, and that their heart is in the right spot. emotions are what's important here. So someone who is very open to discussing how you feel about this new labor of love, this new endeavor, okay? So then your guidance or advice is the King of Pentacles. All right. Another card of Taurus. We're coming out of Taurus season, so maybe it does have something to do with that, the idea of the focus on the work, but you might be dealing with a Taurus. You have 3 cards of Taurus, 4 if we count the ace. Now, if you are dealing with a Taurus and you are suspicious of them, whatever that means, in a lower vibration, Tauruses can be very headstrong as well, right? They're the bulls. Their work can be a little bit sloppy. If, again, a lower vibrational Taurus, I'm not saying this is true across the board. They can also be incredibly stubborn and headstrong. The bull digs its heels in the ground and it's going to go after that waving cloth, right? It's going to attack. It can be very stubborn and headstrong. So yeah, if there's someone in a team dynamic, family work, whatever, and you're sensing that about them, they could be possessing those more Taurian-like qualities. So your guidance or advice is the King of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles that you want to grow into something greater. The King of Pentacles knows how to do that. He's good with money. Sorry, guys. My apologies. The King of Pentacles is good with money. He's essentially the king of money. He's the King of Pentacles. He's the king of labor. He works very hard. He's a higher vibrational Taurus, right? He does the work. He can be a family man. He's good at growing a business. He takes good care of himself. He knows his value. He knows his worth. He puts in the effort. The King of Pentacles is given a task, he sees it through to the end. He's extremely reliable. He's extremely responsible. I think this actually may be your person in this card. So I don't want to scare you by saying, if you have a Taurus in your life, don't trust them. That's not at all what I'm saying here. Choose to invest and communicate with the right people, because somebody in your environment is going to be helpful and nurture your seed into something even greater. This could be symbolic of this person who's helping you taking your resume to a new business and saying, hey, I have this friend. Check out his demo reel. Check out his resume. Check out his whatever. Check out his website. Him or her. It doesn't matter. It's like they're bringing that pentacle to someone who has much greater power. They're taking this person, and I don't think it's you, Capricorn. Whoever this person is, who, I think this is your ace, though, by the way. This new opportunity, this new beginning. Again, it feels very much like a resume or a portfolio. It's brought to this person of power who is skilled and trained to intake your type of work and be like, oh, this is great. This is a good, tangible good. Where can I put it in the earth so that it can grow like a mother effing tree? You know what I mean? Like, this person is skilled at dealing with people who have your talents and your abilities. So he's going to be a very wise mentor, or at least give you good guidance on how to grow potentially your business, grow in the field or the career that you love, a labor of love, right? And it's very likely in a new location. I don't know if some of you are switching jobs or switching. It might be just you're switching roles within your company, or transitioning titles of your responsibilities. But he's going to maximize on the profit of what you do. He's going to earn you money, is what I'm trying to say. If you trust this person's input, and I mean, let's clarify it, but I'm getting good vibes off this king. This card just reminds me of, like, there's a mole or a rat in the department, right? In detective movies, someone's informing the bad guys on the good guy's next move. That's what this feels like. This person may be playing the field, and so if this is a relationship career, then that's going to land for some of you. But this person is not invested in the task at hand, so if there's any sort of competition in your life, maybe even if it's like a fun, friendly competition between, I don't know, offices or studios or whatever, like a larger community, different branches or networks, this person may be slipping people advice about what's going on. It's like a rat in the department. That's coming on very strong. Very weird. But maybe it'll land for someone. I mean, the more I look at this, this could absolutely be romantic. Because we had so much pentacles, so much money, I was veering in the way of a career read. But this could absolutely represent being in a relationship that you're just not, you're in it, but are you enjoying it? And that desire to, what if we started anew? What if we rekindled the passion and the romance we once had? That could be this. But this could also be, what if we try some time apart and I really am true to myself and my desires and what I want? What if I start anew? Maybe there's third-party situation going on. I never get that from Six of Pentacles, but here I could see it. If somebody is, again, not offering the truth, the information at hand, you know, they're just a friend, that kind of thing. And that would put you in a very tricky situation, Capricorn. I'm just trying to give you scenarios here. And as we were saying in the past, what was so important to you was choosing that future that's going to make you feel the best with cups. Looking at long-term future, your wish fulfillment. It's starting anew either in a career you love or building a life with a person you love. And again, it doesn't have to be a breakup if that's not resonating with any of you, but it could be a rekindling of the passion. You know, there's no fire here, but it's love and a new beginning that is tangible that you build upon. So anyway, back to my original. Let's clarify this King of Pentacles for Capricorn. What do we need to know about this King of Pentacles? Does he have good intentions? This could be an older family member. This could be your grandfather, your father, your older brother. I'm saying masculine energy because he's depicted as a king. It doesn't have to be, though. It could be grandma. It could be mom. It could be an older sister. It's a wiser energy, though. If it's not speaking about age, it's someone who has a lot of experience, again, in that field of, it could just be growing a family, right? If you're talking about building your future, maybe you go to grandpa and say, what did you and grandma struggle with when you were first starting out? It's that type of energy, someone who knows, like, they've been through all, like, the ups and downs, so they are a beautiful, wise mentor, a guiding light, a beacon of light, if you will. The lighthouse in a dark sea that you're trying to navigate. And that's what this is, right? A lighthouse in the dark sea that you're trying to navigate. It's this person who's being clarified by the Two of Wands. So instantly, there's the fire, there's the passion, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're advising you on which path to take to maximize on the profit of this seed, to maximize on the tangibility, the enjoyment, the growth, the upward growth of this new beginning that you want. Potentially with this person, if it's not a romance relationship, it could be a partnership at work. Or again, it could just be, it could be symbolic of this person as well who's guiding you with love. Maybe they're toasting to your new business venture. Maybe they're toasting to your engagement. This Ace of Pentacles is going to be different for all the Capricorns out there, but it's a new tangible beginning, okay? And yeah, I'm getting good vibes off this King of Pentacles, so whoever this is, I would go speak to him or her, because they're going to offer you some solid advice on what path to take. The Two of Wands talks about the path you choose, right? There's action involved, though. You can't just be sitting there waiting for it, which is what came up in your present energy. He's not going anywhere, right? He's just sitting there waiting. But he wants to start anew. He wants that Fool energy. He wants to start that new cycle in life. Capricorn, this is a good spread. Yeah, it actually offers a lot of different scenarios, as frequently happens with these general readings. So don't be frustrated if some of the cards didn't resonate here, but you know, take away what resonates, and I hope it inspires you to seek out good avenues and opportunities. So we pulled an oracle card for you. Ooh, you got 2 that came out. So you have playfulness. These are such cute cards. I love that. So the idea of enjoying life, enjoying the process, not just being stuck in the, I'm not enjoying it, but I'm going through the motions. Playfulness. That's what this Fool energy is. This starting anew. Think of all the fun you could have in this. This new relationship, this new business endeavor, this new project that you're working on, the new home. Enjoy it. Bring some lighthearted energy to it, Capricorn, and you're also getting divine timing. That's what this is. This challenge or focus of revealing like the rat or whatever it is, even if it's just symbolic of an issue that hasn't presented itself yet, it's going to surprise you when it comes to the surface. I'm not saying it's life-shattering. It's not going to shock you, but you're going to be like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Or maybe you will because you watched this video. Divine timing, it has to do with when that arises to the surface and how you choose to deal with it. Divine timing cycles, right? When you're able to bank on this new beginning, this Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, ending a cycle, closing a cycle out, and starting anew, you can only do so much, right? Ultimately, it's up to the universe. Make your intentions known. Put your wishes out in the universe. Take some action. Take some steps in the right direction. But ultimately, be patient because it's up to divine timing, okay? All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you for the month of June. It's a pretty optimistic spread. I'm really liking this energy, so whatever that is to you, look into that, okay? I hope that was helpful. Please do like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys probably mid-month for some more fun tarot readings. All right, thanks, guys.